Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Lucas and Elizabeth's relationship was a slow and poetic dance, spanning multiple seasons from the moment Lucas arrived in town with his debonair presence and bookish intellect. Fans sensed he was more than a charming saloon owner. He was a man with a past, a man who read Elizabeth's favorite authors. And most importantly, a man who respected her independence. Elizabeth had just emerged from the tragic loss of her husband, Jack Thornton. The town rallied around her, but it was Lucas who quietly and persistently offered her space, encouragement, and romance without pressure. His courtship was marked by candlelit dinners, meaningful glances, and heartfelt letters. When they finally kissed, it was more than just a romantic moment. It was a reward for years of patience and trust. But it wasn't all moonlight and roses. Despite Lucas' efforts, their relationship began to strain under pressure. Elizabeth, though drawn to Lucas' sophistication, began to feel distant from the man she thought she loved. Their values didn't always align. Lucas yearned for a life beyond Hope Valley, filled with ambition and influence, while Elizabeth remained grounded in her role as a mother, teacher, and community figure. Then came the breaking point. Elizabeth realized she couldn't be the woman Lucas wanted, and Lucas, noble as ever, let her go. But was that the end of their story? Enter Edie Grayson. When she strode into Hope Valley in season 12, she was unlike anyone the town had seen. With sharp wit, business savvy, and a compassionate core hidden behind bold lipstick and sharp tailoring, Edie was the breath of fresh air Lucas never knew he needed. From their first meeting, sparks flew. But this time, it wasn't the quiet burn of restraint. It was electricity, untamed, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. She challenges him. Edie doesn't just admire Lucas. She questions him, pushes him, and refuses to be dazzled by surface charm. Their dynamic is less about poetry and more about passion, strategy, and shared ambition. A mirror to his soul, where Elizabeth saw Lucas as a romantic ideal, Edie sees the man underneath, the one with flaws, fears, and a hunger for something more. And rather than ask him to change, she walks beside him into the unknown. Shared dreams, Edie and Lucas share a love for innovation, adventure, and building something lasting. While Elizabeth treasures community and tradition, Edie thrives on disruption and transformation, and so does Lucas, deep down. Still, not everyone is ready to crown Edie as Lucas' new queen. Supporters of Lucas and Elizabeth, dubbed Lucabeth's fans, argue that no one understood Lucas like Elizabeth. Their journey spanned seasons, and their growth mirrored each other's. Elizabeth taught Lucas's humility and patience. Lucas reminded Elizabeth that she could love again, even after their breakup. The tenderness between them never truly faded. Many fans believe that their love was simply paused, not extinguished. Could season 13 bring redemption and rekindled romance? Reasons they still belong together. Deep emotional foundation. Their love wasn't born of excitement, but of mutual respect and genuine friendship. Unfinished story, the lingering glances. The wistful moments all suggest that Lucas and Elizabeth may still have chapters left to write. Motherly instincts. Elizabeth's son, little Jack, adored Lucas. He was a father figure in the making. Edie, though magnetic, has yet to bond with Jack in the same way. On the other side of the aisle are fans of Lucas and Edie, dubbed Ludi or Luddy fans, who argue that Elizabeth represents Lucas's past while Edie is his future. Lucas is no longer the man who arrived in Hope Valley to win the heart of a schoolteacher. He's grown battle-scarred, wiser, and more complex. And Edie, with her own haunted past and fierce independence, matches him step for step. Real passion. There's a raw energy between Lucas and Edie that Elizabeth and Lucas never shared. Their chemistry is undeniable. Equality and power. Edie doesn't need Lucas to rescue her. She meets him as an equal, a partner in both business and life. Fresh start Edie wasn't around for the Elizabeth-Jack saga. She loves Lucas for who he is now, not who he was when he arrived in town. In the quiet corners of Abigail's Cafe and the benches outside the Mercantile, the town has its own opinions. Rosemary is Team Elizabeth, citing the depth and history of that love. Lee, ever the pragmatist, thinks Eddie's influence on Lucas is healthy, grounding even. Even Bill Avery has chimed in, noting that Lucas smiles with his eyes when Edie's around, something he rarely did with Elizabeth. But what does Henry Gowan think? That's anyone's guess. The truth is, When Calls the Heart is not just about who loves whom. It's about growth, sacrifice, and identity. And Lucas Bouchard has evolved more than almost any character in the series. From suave stranger to loyal friend, from broken man to selfless leader, Lucas' journey has been one of quiet transformation. The woman he chooses must not only love him, she must understand the man he's become. Perhaps Elizabeth was perfect for the Lucas of yesterday, and perhaps Edie is right for the Lucas of today. Or maybe, just maybe, the story isn't about choosing between the two, but Lucas finally choosing himself, with Season 13's trailers teasing an emotional roller coaster. Fans are bracing for a showdown. Rumors swirl of Elizabeth confronting her lingering feelings, while Edie faces a business crisis that could test her loyalty to Lucas. In a recent scene filmed outside the town library, Lucas is spotted reading a book, the same one he once gifted Elizabeth. Is it a clue? A red herring? Or a sign that Lucas is reflecting on the love that once was? Meanwhile, Eddie's been spotted with Lucas at the train station. Is a joint venture about to take off? One thing's for sure, Hope Valley is not done with love stories just yet. Hallmark recently ran a fan poll. Who is Lucas's best match, Elizabeth or Edie? Within hours, thousands of responses poured in. 47% chose Elizabeth, citing the classic Hallmark romance and deep emotional arc. 51% chose EID, praising the fresh dynamic and equal partnership. 2% said neither, believing Lucas deserves a life outside of romance altogether. The split shows just how powerful both love stories have been and how torn viewers truly are. So, who is the better love interest for Lucas Bouchard, Elizabeth Thornton, or Edie Grayson? There is no easy answer, and perhaps that's the point. Lucas, like all of us, is on a journey of self-discovery. Sometimes the heart clings to what was. Sometimes it runs toward what could be. And sometimes it stands still, waiting for clarity. What we do know is this. When Calls the Heart has never been just about romance. It's about healing, about second chances, and about finding home, wherever that may be. Whether Lucas finds that with the love he lost or the woman who found him when he was lost, one thing is certain. We'll be watching, hearts pounding, when that choice is finally made.